Okay.
Do you think anyone shows up day one without having a mask on?
But it caused you to look at a person across the table like, man, that nigga lying, man.
But I think when you're trying to build a lifetime with somebody, I'm talking about a fruitful relationship, meaningful relationships, right? You need to know who that person is. Imagine yourself building a life with someone only to realize you married their character and not the person behind the performance.
So when you say building, you're talking about from dating exclusively to marriage.
And the reason why I'm in that qualifier,
Mm-hmm.
I'm really talking about once you get into marriage. And yes, I know you got to go through the dating
To get
stage
there.
to get there.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying, to your point, there's flags along the way.
Yeah.
Ain't no red flags here.
Yes, yes. That's
Right?
Going.
And
Yeah.
what I'm hoping, which we know a lot of people don't make the best decisions
Correct.
because they are focused on the things that's not that important.
Yeah.
Right? But I think when you're trying to build a lifetime with somebody, I'm talking about a fruitful relationship, meaningful relationships,
Mhm.
right? You need to know who that person is.
And that's why I say if you're speaking from, I know we talk about marriage, but if you talk about building a fruitful, vibrant, prosperous just relationship,
Okay.
you're talking about from the dating stage all the way to marriage. You had to take those lustful blinders off. That pre-sex, if you have any, taking that off.
But that's what gets you there.
It gets women there too. It's not just men, but you have to.
That's true.
And I know in today's time it's crazy, but you have to keep yourself for yourself, and not have all those sexual things going on prior to marriage, and ask hard questions.
Yeah.
And not be 21 questions like you're on trial, but integrate them in general conversations because you can get the best answers. When it's 21 questions, as we know as men, we're going to do one or two things. We're going to lie or clam up. We're going to tell you what you want to hear, or we're going to clam up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have to, over time, just integrate the questions, listen to the answers.
Actively listen.
Just listen,
Yeah.
not hear. You have to listen to the answer. Also watch the body language.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then you got to watch the fruits that's on their tree already.
Mm.
Because the fruits on their tree already going to tell you a lot about their answer.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, what happens when? Okay, so I'm gonna go a different route, right?
Okay.
Do you think? I'm asking you that. Do you all disagree or agree?
Okay.
Do you think anyone shows up day one without having a mask on?
I think it depends on the timing and what they've been through previously in their life. Like if they've been through like other relationships or just went through, hard things in their life. I think a lot of times that kind of makes you like, like this is what you get.
You're more intentional.
You're more intentional. I want, you know what you want. You're kind of like, I've been through so much, so I'm not here for no games. I'm showing up as myself and I want you to too.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that can happen. But I also think on the flip side, depending on where you are, sometimes you've been hurt. And sometimes that can turn into you being protective.
Overly protective.
Overly protective and guarded. So
and do you think that prevents you from being who you really are?
I think so. And I think it comes down to personality too. I think some people's personalities are just more like what you see is what you get. Some people's personality is more like I present, because I think even me just using myself as an example, I think I present when I get to know someone initially, whether it's, just obviously I'm happily married.
Yeah, so who's getting to know?
Happily. But just even in friendships or any type of relationships, it's like I'm more guarded at the beginning. right? But that doesn't mean that I'm hiding anything. That's just maybe when I think about it, maybe it's like my defense mechanism or to like weed a person out, like, okay, so you're not giving as much of yourself, but that doesn't mean I'm not lying to them. I'm just, okay, this is what you're going to get. And then slowly but surely, we'll get to the place, if we get there, that you're going to get more. So I think that same thing can happen in dating. So I don't think we can always take it that the person is like not showing up as themselves. I think you have to be smart about it. So it's just like what you were saying is like, observing, looking, I think we all have to do that, kind of with.
Regardless of what you're bringing, you're definitely not bringing all that bad stuff to the table.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, when you first start dating, let me rephrase that. You should be bringing your best to the table. But the hidden stuff, you bring that as you get to know each other.
Yeah.
As you grow, as you get to understand each other. What can that person handle? You both trying to learn each other. Because if you throw all that garbage and all that stuff in your closet, because we all got them doors that got stuff in.
For sure.
If you throw it all on somebody's feet the first day, man, we all gonna walk away.
Let me ask you all a question. The show is really about, chronic lying and the reasons behind it, right? How or why do you think what makes a person like really spiral into just a life of fraud?
Mm.
I think it's some of it probably goes back to childhood.
I mean, as boys, right? I could like as boys, you lie a lot. I mean, that's in our nature. We all lie. It's like,
why do you say that?
Because it's like the competitiveness.
I think it goes back to the ego.
It's an imagination.
Ego.
And it's just like, yeah, okay, ego, right? Yeah, I think that is it. But I think at some point, you lie less and be comfortable in your own skin and understand, what your limitations are, because we all have them. And I think at some point, you just have to decide, am I going to use that as motivation to upscale in other things that I do extremely well?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, just lying at 40 years old just to be lying, though.
Yeah.
About, again, about simple shit that people can Google. Like, if you lie about a degree, everybody's watching. You can look that shit up. Yeah. Stop lying about degrees and you ain't got one. It's okay.
But you have to. I agree with everything.
Stop lying about finances. You can't be no fucking millionaire and live in one of the most impoverished neighborhoods and all that shit and drive an average, and then, let's be honest. How we grew up, most of us grew up like ninjas.
Okay.
If we were hood rich, imagine how we're going to be when we actually become rich. Everybody's going to know it.
I'm gonna go back to this one statement.
Everybody's going to know it.
I'm gonna go back to this one statement that it's a condition. And it's part of that person's DNA. Because a person that can look themselves in the mirror and lie to themselves, well, I'm not going to you.
I don't see any chance.
So it starts with them.
At the end of the day, if I lie to myself, I'm going to lie to you. Because I lie to the most important person in my life. That's me.
That's true.
So that's the condition. And you said something, just accepting who you are.
Yeah.
See, when you don't accept who you are, you lie to get to who you want to be.
I love that you said that, right? Because we always start coming up. Sometimes you got to fake it till you make it.
Right.
What fucking happens when you never make it?
If you never make it, but if you continue to lie to yourself.
Well, no, let's talk. What happens when you never
But I think the context.
You don't get the work into me.
Oh, but hold on. Let's talk about that. I think the context of that was not for you to, not be real or to lie to people. I think the context of that was giving us confidence to go out into the world and going to job interviews. I think about that when, but what happens is when you get that job and you
You gotta
can't
do the fucking work.
and you can't produce,
You gotta do the fucking work.
they then make the decision to this is no longer where you need to be. And I think that same thing is probably true with a relationship. You presented this to this person, you presented that I'm gonna do this and I can do this and I'm this and I'm that, and then they might give you time, and then
to live up to those lies,
and then you don't.
Right.
So I think we you're right. I think we are told that, but I think we have to understand kind of the context of that, and by the time
it's not mean forever.
right. And by the like the age bracket that you're saying 40 plus, we should definitely kind of understand that we should not necessarily that we have to totally like made it or totally arrive, but you kind of got to be tipping at the door. You got to be tipping at the doorstep.
But here's the lie, where the lie catches you.
Yeah.
And you don't want just.
Yeah.
I come in a relationship and tell you, man, I cook, I clean, I wash, I do this. And when we get married, I don't do none of that. But guess what? I gotta go somewhere else and start doing some other things. Excellent.
Right.
But
to make up for that.
To make up for my lie in those areas, I gotta start making them other areas. The problem with a big lie is you stay in the lie.
You gotta keep telling it.
You stay in the lie.
You gotta keep telling it.
You not only do those things well, but you ain't improving nothing else.
Yeah.
But you're mad at the person that calls you out on it. That's where it's getting.
They should be mad at you.
So hold on. Let's not jump back, because we're gonna talk about how lying destroys relationship.
Mm.
But this is one thing I want to say when we was talking about fake it till you make it, and coming up in our our communities the way we did.
Mm-hmm.
To your point, I don't think that gave you a free pass to be a pathological liar, a chronic liar.
Yes.
What it told you was to give you that energy, that boost, that you can go out there to be anything that you put your mind to, but you got to work for it, right? So even when you're not at that station in life, present that you are, because we all know confidence, right?
Yes.
In presenting, right, not where you are, but ultimately where you want to go. That means a lot, because in the workforce or just in life and social circles, that sometimes you have to do that, right? But I think, just to go a little bit deeper, I think really what when I reflect that, at 19 you lie just to survive, right? 25 you might be lying to impress. Hopefully the opposite sex, right? Because whatever your passive ever lying to men. I don't understand. But at 44, if you still lying where you work, how many kids you got, what kind of person you are, that's not a dating problem. That's much deeper.
Mm-hmm.
You're catfishing. That's soul fraud.
Soul fraud.
Soul, like in your core.
Soul fraud.
Who you are doesn't set well with you.
Yeah.
That's the bigger problem. That's the deeper problem. That's emotional. That's trauma.
That's trauma.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's trauma.
That's trauma.
Based on what you said, you did three phases of lying.
Yes.
I forget what the first phase was, but you said
survive.
Then you said the second phase.
Impress.
Then you say the third phase.
No, it's third phase. By the time third.
When you say once you get to 40 or whatever.
Right, you shouldn't lie. Yeah.
Those are phases. Now you in a whirlpool of lies.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know the truth no more.
Right.
Because your whole life is based on lies.
Your brain.
You've been lying to yourself.
Till you actually believe it.
Till you believe it.
Yeah.
And now you're trying to convince other people to believe it.
And we ain't going
for it. But you have lied to yourself.
Yeah.
To now you to convince yourself that's the truth.
Man, that's sad.
It really is.
Because you think about it. You said 3 phases.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't convince yourself that's the truth. So what are you supposed to do when the person has convinced himself that's the truth?
But look, I gotta push back on that, right? And I'm gonna go outside slightly of what we're talking about.
Okay.
Right? You can convince yourself and you can believe the lie. But reality, society always course corrects. You understand what I'm saying? Just like the market always course corrects. It always corrects itself. I listen to people say this all the time, and I'm going to go out on a limb a little bit.
Okay.
About the whole, which you identify with, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which you identify. I'm trying to do like the PG version of it, right? Or the
That's-
PC version, politically correct.
That was probably the long,
You know what I mean?
long pause you thought about it.
Yeah, because I wanted to make sure I was getting it right. You know what I mean? But you can think whatever the fuck you want to think who you are.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I can think I'm a 6-foot Asian, 100 pounds. I'm not. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
It's just like everybody else. You can think that you're these things.
Mm-hmm.
But reality, society has a way.
What they call those people
What?
in society when they allow the time? It's good. Constant line. I can't think of the words.
Pathological life.
Habitual.
Yeah.
Like you said, you could think of yourself at 6'8". You can think of yourself as a woman with your man.
Hey, see, you were down. But yes, that's what I'm going.
When you could think of yourself as that, you want. You can do whatever you want. You can think of yourself whatever you want. But at the end of the day, reality
sets in
the truth.
Yes,
it not set in. What's the truth? And that's where you get in trouble. Where you figure you have told yourself this so much.
Yeah, that you start.
You have
believing.
convinced yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Now you want the world to fall into your life.
Yeah.
And it doesn't happen. And then you get mad at the world and you call them haters.
Yeah.
They don't like us. Whatever it may be. But it's the world is living in truth. You're living in your world. And because I don't come, that doesn't make me a hater. It just makes me say, okay, this is the truth.
Do you all think that, well, we know that lies trend more than the truth. We know that, right? Do you all think that, these individuals who are suffering from this condition, all right? Because I think it's a condition.
Okay.
I think they can't help themselves, right?
Okay.
But I think it can become criminal when you lie into the people who love you the most, who's already accepted you to be as that fucking liar. Like, again, you're not convincing them. You're not.
I think it's criminal when it starts hurting others.
What?
Yeah.
Whether it's emotionally, mentally, spiritually, financially, whatever.
That's a perfect
That's what I'm
segue
gonna say. It
into the
depends
next
on
thing.
what your, especially when you start getting into marriages. So we're segmenting.
So let's talk about it. How does it destroy relationships, and how can we break the pattern?
Okay. I think it definitely destroys relationships.
Let's talk about it specifically. Let's talk about
Okay.
how it destroys a relationship, a marriage between a man and woman.
Okay.
What does lying do?
It erodes or vanishes a foundation that you might think you might have had. Like you can, be kind of, I don't know. So I'm just thinking imagery, like you're just walking in this field of like flowers and everything is perfect. You're just happy and you love them.
Well, let's talk about
then
specifically what it does.
it breaks trust.
It breaks trust.
It breaks
Curious
trust.
intimacy. What else?
I was just giving you the imagery of it, but you didn't want to go there.
No,
but it's fine.
I got what you're saying, but what I'm saying is this.
You want us to get there faster? No, it erodes trust. It betrayal. It also impacts the person that's lied to. It impacts their self-esteem, how they view themselves. I mean that alone is the relationship is on a rocky foundation once you don't have the trust. Once that person is questioning themselves, questioning you, questioning, like if it's, let's say the person has a financial gambling problem or something and they're trusting you to pay the bills, right? They're wondering, are the bills paid? Or they're coming home, so let's get back to the lie. And they're like, I just got this job, or I just, me and my homeboy, we're gonna fix up this house and we're gonna flip it and I'm gonna get this and I'm just making this up. But and you're believing that.
Mhm.
You're believing that.
But what happened when the flip happens with no money?
You could be on the street. That's what happens.
You see, you're at a valid point because that was gonna be my point.
You could be on the street.
The lies break the trust,
Mm-hmm.
and once you break the trust,
Yeah.
it's hard to recover the lie
Yeah.
because now I'm gonna always look at you as
A lie.
and I trust what you
Niggas
say.
don't tell the truth.
Right.
Yeah, you may not say nothing, but you're looking at him like, okay, baby, I hear you,
Right.
but can I trust what you're saying?
Right.
And if I can't trust what you're saying,
Yeah.
I can't move in the same direction. As we all know, when you're married, you got to be able to walk
Yeah.
and submit yourself, male to female, female to male, to value what that person is saying.
Yeah.
So once you break that trust, it's hard. You have to work hard to regain that trust.
Absolutely.
So those lies destroy
Yeah.
a whole facet of trust, intimacy, whatever, blah, 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 blah. But it causes you to look at a person across the table like, man, that nigga lying, man. Oh, that she lying.
All right. Really quick. Let's give the audience some tips
Okay.
of some questions to ask.
Hmm.
Question.
Or just give some tips. What would be a tip that you would give someone?
I would just say the first thing that comes to my mind is for, and this is a little more for women because I'm gonna say intuition is trust your intuition. Yeah, that would be my one thing that comes to mind. Yeah.
Give it time. Time will reveal
Mm-hmm.
everything you need to see.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't get so emotional or lustful and involved where you can't see.
Yeah.
Because once them blinders on, now it's up to you to remove the blinders. So give it time.
Mm-hmm.
Ask the questions.
Mm-hmm.
But after you ask the questions,
you got to go beyond surface questions.
Right.
You got to be.
But what I was gonna say, surface, that's good. But after you ask the questions, it's like planting the seed. Give it a chance to see the fruit.
Yeah.
Is that tree bearing the fruit? But time is the most important thing. Don't be so caught up like, I got to make this happen. I got a good one.
Yeah.
Give it time. Just take your time. Let it flow. Ask the questions. Sit back and water it.
Yeah.
Water that plant. Water that seed.
Yeah. So the tip I would give, and both of you all did a great job. I would say watch for consistency and not charisma.
Right. That's good.
You know,
Consistency over charisma.
yeah,
That's
people, especially a very skilled liar, it's complexities to his or her lies. Like they've been doing this for a long time, so they know how to mask things.
Yeah,
they know how to play and make you feel like you're paranoid, right?
Yeah,
but you're not paranoid. You're paying attention.
Correct. Absolutely.
And see, that's what they don't want you to do. So they deflect and they distract. You know,
they're good.
So just again, don't get overwhelmed by the charisma and the packaging of the lie.
Yeah.
Right. Any other tips that you guys have?
I would say be happy in the moment and be thankful for what you have. So what I mean by that is sometimes we don't do that, and that's why we're so anxious to get more or to get the guy or get the girl or get the house, get the that. And I think sometimes if we're not anxious and we're just happy in the space and where we are, because, not to, get, so somber, but, life is not promised, right? So I think we also got to be just thankful and present in where we are and thankful for the time and the things that we have with the people that we have, whether that, like if you want to be in a relationship, but you don't have the relationship, but you have a romantic relationship, but you have friendships, you have that connection at work, you have that. So be thankful for you have great community. Like, be thankful for all those things because you are getting value
From it. Yeah.
from that. And honestly, when it comes down to it, you don't know that because you're just so much seeking the romantic relationship. But at that point, you could actually be getting more value out of those types of relationships than you might end up getting when you get the guy or the girl that you think you want because they're so fine, they're so this. But you might end up getting more friendship, more connection, more support. I mean, it's sad because that shouldn't be the case, but that could happen. So you just gotta just be present in what you have and be thankful. So I think that's another
Yeah, I
thing.
mean, they also. Well, I have another one. No, I want to be respectful.
She,
Okay.
no, she covered a lot.
Yeah, so then-
I
She
did.
covered a lot.
Stop.
Male and females, love yourself.
Yeah.
Love yourself truly, not just on the surface, but love yourself through and through. Because when you love yourself, you don't accept everything somebody says.
Mm. Yeah.
And so love yourself enough that you'll give it time. The people that rush into things, a lot of times they don't love themselves.
Yeah.
They accept the facade, they accept the shadows,
Yeah.
accept the reality.
Yeah.
So, male and females, just love yourself. Love yourself. Stop listening to what everybody else says and listen to what you tell yourself when you're by yourself.
For sure. Because that's your most vulnerable state. And we talked about that.
Mm-hmm.
Like all these liars that's amongst us, right? That we deal with.
Okay.
No, I'm being really serious. And you pull that mask off,
Mm-hmm.
and you in your bathroom or you in your room or wherever you are in your most vulnerable state. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You have to tell the truth.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got to hang all those stories that you tell
Mm-hmm.
when you in your most vulnerable state. The real you is looking back at you at that point.
Yes.
Yeah.
And what I would say is, you need to be happy with who you are
Yeah.
when the mask comes off. So, final thought:
Okay.
if the story's not added up, then it's probably not real math,
Mm.
right?
That's
'Cause
good.
the truth sounds good, feels good,
Mm-hmm.
and always accompanied by action,
Mm.
verifiable actions, right?
Right.
So, I think tonight we covered a lot.
We did. This was good.
Yeah. I think that everybody brought a unique perspective.
Yeah.
We kind of opened up and shared about our personal experiences somewhat.
Yeah.
And I want the message to be that tonight's show is not the shame and
Yeah.
absurd,
That's true.
especially those in our social circles that suffer from these conditions, right? It's more of a wake-up call, right? To let you know it's okay to be who you are.
Right.
Minus the fucking lying, right? Because we accept you for who you are.
Right.
Yeah.
We love you for who you are,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And I think in any relationship, whether it's a romantic relationship or just brotherhood or fellowship or just whatever the dynamics may be,
Or sisterhood.
whatever it may be,
Mm-hmm.
having a genuine understanding that the person before you is who she or he presents himself to be.
Yeah.
That's an amazing feeling.
It is.
Right.
That's a connection
Yeah.
that's priceless.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I can count on you. I know who you are. I know your character.
Yeah.
That means something. That should always mean something.
Right.
Yes.
Because in your social circle, you never want to feel like you're in a room full of liars.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And I think that, the something else that I would share is you can't heal what you're hiding.
Okay.
You know what I mean? You can't heal what you're hiding.
Inhale.
And I think the first part of heal, when we talked about this, right,
Mm-hmm.
loving yourself, as you say,
Yes.
Yes.
the good, the bad, loving the people in spite or despite of you lying,
Yes.
it still allows you into their presence and around them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Obviously, they see something that you don't see in yourself. They like you for who you are.
Right.
You know, minus all the capping, as
Correct.
the
Correct.
kids say.
Correct. Correct. Correct.
So I don't know if lying is about protection, right? I don't know if lying fills a void in your life or who you are as a person.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I do know that, you know, we all are the captains of our destinations, right?
Yeah.
We all are the drivers of our destination.
True.
And I would just say, you know, instead of putting so much effort in lying and keeping this facade going, take that energy and work on your deficiencies and your flaws or your shortcomings.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because lying is a lot of work.
It's a lot of work, man. It's I'm gonna cap this off and hopefully lying hides so much of who you are where you can't help it.
Yeah.
Because if I'm lying about who I am, the pain I'm suffering,
You can't heal what you're hiding.
right, but you can't help me.
Right.
If you're a friend and I'm lying to you, you're thinking it's all good. And I'm using this because so many young men are committing suicide
Oh yeah.
because they're lying.
Yeah.
But how can someone help you if you're lying? If you're shielding the pain you in, I'm not saying I can solve you, but I maybe can direct you to somebody that can help you. So lying doesn't help you; it hurts you because people that love you can't help you because you're lying.
That's true.
I'm good. I'm good.
That's
And
good.
I'm not feeling anything. I'm good. But you're lying.
Yeah.
Okay, Calvin,
That's
I'll
good.
let you take us out.
We are. Okay. No, I mean, I think that's amazing. I think, you know, we've done a great job shedding light on a topic that, you know, may sound, you know, a little, I won't say controversial, but, you know, lying, people admit to say, oh, I don't lie. But when you dig deeper, we all have to admit that in some way, shape, or form, we all have been there where we've lied to ourselves, lied to others. So I think we've done a great job kind of shedding light on a topic that we all can relate to as people. And hopefully, as you know, Big Mike said, you know, there's not just men, but women, just people that are suffering. And, you know, unfortunately, sometimes it leads them to, you know, going into dark places. And, you know, if we can help people not get there and come out of that and talk to someone and just know that, you know, there's people there that see you, that will be there for you. Like you said, we can't solve it, but I think sometimes in those spaces, it's not that we have to solve it. It's just that we have to show that person that we see them.
Mm-hmm. That's good.
I love that. That's all that.
Yeah.
So stop being a big capper. There's no humility in that.
All right. All right. We're
So
going
as always.
to take us out.
So as always.
As always.
As always.
Always stay.
Stay sturdy. Choose wisely. And we'll catch you a track. Till the next time, we're out.